Hey all my crafty friends, welcome to another episode with me, Marquita of Marquita Makes. I am so happy to have you here in my little corner of the internet to talk about crafty things. Most of the time, of course, it's crochet, and that's what I want to share with you today. I have a lot of finished objects, and I have some works in progress, and let's just get into it. Now my throat is a little dry today, so you'll see me sipping on some tea here and there. And so today is so good. I want to share with you one of my most favorite teas by a company most of you probably already know. It seems like everybody and their mama has this cup and has a flavor from Celestial Seasons. So I'm not sure if you've tried this flavor yet, but I absolutely love it. It's one of those teas where you definitely don't need sugar added unless you just want sugar added. It's a white tea, so it does contain a little bit of caffeine, but this white chocolate peppermint taste is so yummy that I always use 2 tea bags. But let me know in the comments below if this is one of your favorite tea brands as well. Okay, so I guess I should share you my latest snack too. I love these, and they picked the perfect name because it's called Lovely Caramel. I mentioned before that I have a lot of food intolerances, like quite a few, and one of them being cornstarch and wheat gluten. So that means a lot of yummy, chewy candies like caramels or caramel and gummy worms, gummy bears, I can't have anymore. So when I saw these at Joann's, and you know what caught my eye was that pumpkin spice, right? I almost passed it because I just knew I couldn't have it, but something just said, just go ahead and read the ingredients on the bags. These have brown rice syrup, sweet condensed whole milk, it's not vegan, cane syrup, butter, molasses, vanilla, natural ground spices, the pumpkin spice, and sunflower lecithin. I can have it. Not only can I have it, but they are good. Like, let me see. Have you had the Werther's? Oh, I've been such a bad girl. But have you had the Werther's Chewies? The Chewy, I think that's what it's called. Whatever they are. They're really good, but I think they also have cornstarch that I can't have. But these are so good. Now, because I've unwrapped it, I want to eat it now, but I know you guys don't care if I eat this or not, and I don't want to be like trying to talk, so I'll edit this out. But just smelling it, and it has that, oh, my mouth is watering. It has that maple nut, vanilla, not really cinnamony, but you can almost smell that pumpkin spice. And we'll just edit the rest. It's so good. Now we move on to my big finished object. From the 3 color challenge, I made an asymmetrical scarf. Yeah, it's pretty long. It was a lot of yarn that I had to use, and I've knotted it on the end. And I adore it. I adore it. So, of course, we know, if you don't know, you can wear the asymmetrical scarf several different ways. You can actually take one end after you've wrapped it. You can take one end like this, and if this wasn't knotted and it was just straight, you could tie it here and wear it like this. Oh, it's so cozy. So that's one way you can wear it. Another way is to wear it knotted on the end so that the knot shows. And you can always use a shawl pin, but a lot of times just tucking the scarf is enough. But tell me, how do you like how it turned out? So this yarn was picked by you. Excuse me. This design was picked by you. There was a vote casted for me to make an asymmetrical scarf after I had shared the 3 color choices from the 3 color challenge, in which I picked 3 yarns from a bag. And so, excuse me, I was nominated by Betsy of ME, My Hook and Die to participate in the 3 color challenge, and I'm so glad because it took me out of my comfort zone, and I would have never thought that I would make something like this. And this is what I mean. So from the bag I pulled 3 different yarns for the 3 colors, and as you can see here, this is a polyester, and it has that kind of, oh, and it's so soft, and it kind of has that like that plush robe feel to it. You guys, this is such a texture treat, like not only for your eyes but for the feel. And then secondly, I had a chunky, let me take it off so you can see it better. I had a chunky yarn, this is Big Twist yarn from Joanne, it was a bulky. And then I had the Wool-like from Loops and Threads from Michaels, and this is also the Wool-like. So as you can see, there's lots and lots and lots of texture going on, and I think that's what made it work. I didn't follow any pattern. This design is 100% my own, but it's a simple work increasing 2 on one side of the triangle. That's all, and the other side just stays straight. That's all that it is. So it's a slow increase, and I think it worked out really well. Let me know in the comments below what you think about the shawl and how it turned out, or scarf. I guess it's either or, how it turned out. But you guys, I think this also would have made a wonderful blanket. But this is gonna be so beautiful to wear this winter. Oh, I didn't mention that this yarn, the Wool-like yarn, is a fingering. And what I did was I held it, let's see if I have it near me. When I went to wind the when I went to wind the skein or skein, whatever, of yarn, I held 2 yarns together and wound them up. That just doesn't feel right to say, but wound them up. And then, because all the rest of the yarns were bulky, I pulled from the center and the outside so that it could at least be about a 3 or 4 weight. And that's where the idea came to me to make baubles, because it complemented the thickness. Let's see, that's too bright. There we go. It complemented the chunkiness and thickness of the other 2 yarns. So I'm really happy with how that worked out. I forgot about that note. I thought that was an excellent stash buster idea, and I kind of want to do another one. And I mentioned Betsy, but also I had nominated Kim Wilpon of Kim Wilpon Crafts, and she has selected the prettiest cardigan. Well, actually, she didn't select it. Her audience picked out her cardigan too. You've got to see the yarn she's chosen and the pattern she's chosen. I'm not going to tell you about it. You should just see it. And she's a knitter. It's gorgeous. Like, it's so pretty, and it's so Kim. You guys got to see it. So anyways, make sure to check in the description below the link to her YouTube channel so you can follow up with her and see her progress, and wish her the best because she's just started in a new production. She's an actress. So wish her the best on her new assignment, and we hope that she keeps us updated with that as well. So Kim, if you see that, we're going to be watching. We cannot wait. So happy for you, Kim. And two, also thank you, Betsy, so much for nominating me. This has been so much fun. So glad you did and got me out of my comfort zone, because I would have never thought to make something like that. That's really pretty. And let me know in the comments below how you feel about the asymmetrical shawl. Is that one of your go-to type of patterns for shawls or scarves? Or do you lean more toward the triangular or the rectangular? I'd like to know in the comments below. But I thought that was really awesome, and I'm glad that I could participate in that. So, finished objects. I don't know about you, but during this season, to me, that transition, the end of summer into fall, is the best time for me to start making handmade gifts. At the end of the year is usually when a lot of people have time off and time to get together. And that's usually when we gift things. It's always fun to get something in the mail, but how much more better is it if you can give it to the person in person? And due to the pandemic, that's not happening a whole lot lately. But in instances where we do have that opportunity to mask up and give, it's pretty great. So, with that being said, I've opened my Etsy shop. I grabbed some of those. Let me grab one. The dollar store yarn, Premier yarn. I always say dollar store first, although to me, this was an excellent deal, but it's a good quality yarn. Like the squish factor, do you see that? The squish factor is real. It's soft, it's durable, it's everything that Premier always offers to us. It just happens to be $1 at the dollar store. But one thing I did notice while working with it is that as a crocheter, it is so light. I'm not sure what magicry, what they did to make it do that, but it is definitely a worsted weight. This is definitely a worsted weight, but if this feels like it's a light 3 weight. Like, it's so hard for me to explain it, but whatever they did, I'm loving it. I'm loving the price. I'm loving the details. So here's one. I love this beanie, y'all. It seems like everything I make I want to keep, but it's going to go into my Etsy shop. I was inspired by different designs here and there. It's just a collaboration of things, and then one being not so much as inspired, but I just love that front and back post stitch period. So you'll see it a lot in a lot of my designs, but I made 3 beanies. This is one, and if you're interested in the color, this color, it's called Leaf. You see the definition is, it's just great. Even like I was saying, I don't really like to call it dollar store yarn. It's premier quality, good quality yarn from the dollar store. See that? Okay, so that's Leaf. Another color, I didn't know I would enjoy working with this so much, but this color, and it is the exact color that's showing up for you guys. It's a beautiful, rich, vibrant, like almost electric purple, and it is called, this color is, it's just purple, but it's so much prettier to me than purple. Now this design is for a slouchy beanie. I say definitely because my favorite beanies to make are slouchy beanies. That's just what I love making. But I did decide to make a brim. So I started this with a brim, and then I did single crochets around the brim when it was finished. And the design that I went with, I'm so glad the texture's picking up. And the design I went with is my favorite. I call it the honey stitch, but it's just half double crochet worked in the back loop. And I do 3 rows of it, and then the rest are just the double crochet. So it is a slouchy beanie with the brim, and I'm thinking I should put a faux pom on it, a little pom-pom, I think. But it's really cute. I love it. And you know, it's funny, when I was gathering my beanies to show you what I've been working on, I realized that this one is a combination of the 2 that I've shown you. So here you have the double crochets with the front and back posts, but you also have that texture of the hive stitch or half double crochet worked in a back stitch. Now these 2 are just beanies. I have a very small head, you guys, but I made these average adult size, and maybe an older child can fit them too. But these won't be have so much of a slouch, but this definitely would. So let me know in the comments below, are you a pom person? When you make beanies, do you know you're automatically gonna make a slouchy beanie and add a pom? Like, what type of beanie topper are you? Do you make your own pom-poms? Do you prefer faux poms? Let me know. I lean toward the faux poms, like the faux fur pom. That's it, faux fur poms. Than I do anything else. But I'm not a pom person. Every now and then I'm like, I never see a beanie that's like it has to have a pom on it. Let me know let me know your opinion on that and what you usually choose. So one more sweet surprise. My friend had a baby and she asked me recently if I would make something for the baby. But this particular beanie is just a design of my own using my favorite front and back post. But what I decided to do just on a whim while I was designing it was to make these columns of the front and back post. But I started in the front and back post 2 rows of it, and then I would make the columns and then I would stop and just do the double crochets and then start again. So it actually made this cute little, and I picked back up and made front and back post toward the bottom before I make the half double crochet and then the singles, because you know that always makes it kind of draw in and kind of seal it on the head like that. But anyways, don't know if that has a term, but I didn't realize it while I was doing it. I really didn't, that I would end up with this little open spot like a rectangle, almost like a door or a window. So I thought that was kind of cute. And I'm going to make baby booties to go with it. And they're just going to be plain baby booties. No frills, worked in half double crochets, you know, basically in the round. But when I get to the top part of the booties, I am going to make a front and back post to match. And I really like how this turned out. And I think she's like 9 or between 8 and 10 months. So this will grow with her. If you can see, it'll grow with her quite a bit. And she has lots, just a head full of hair. She's so cute. But I didn't think that I would enjoy making things for babies as much, but over the years that has changed. I actually do. I also like how quick they work up, but I do. They're so precious. The last few things that I made for babies, I realized how special and precious it is, especially when they've been photographed in it. Like, you're a part of that memory, and that's really an honor. To me, that's really an honor to have. I don't know if other people see it like that, but I do. Anyways, I hope she likes it, and she's not subscribed to this channel, so it's still a surprise, thank goodness, because I want it to be a surprise. So those are some of my finished objects, and sorry you guys, had to tend to the kids for a second. Okay, I was talking about the 3 color challenge. Yes, the 3 color challenge, and that left me to shawls. So on the last episode, I was telling you guys that I wanted to do a whole bunch of different shawls to complement my wardrobe. Yeah. And what I had done, that's what I was talking about. And what I had done was I picked a paid for pattern by Detroit Knots and pulled out a whole bunch of Malabrigo yarn that I was hoarding. And I picked the Lunar Fade, not realizing that she had, not realizing the one that I paid for was not the one that complemented my yarn choice at the time. Because she also has a Lunar 2.0. And initially, I had decided to just make the pattern based on the sock yarn, just how it was. It was taking forever, and I was hating it, and it seemed like it just didn't look as great. So I pulled from the center and from the outside, and I give you this beautiful Tunisian scarf. Isn't that beautiful? I've got quite a ways to go because I'm going to be pulling from the outside and inside. I'm not just that to complete it, but it's going to be a fade of all 3 of these colors. They're going to be so pretty. Oh, so excited. And I'd also started the second one because I was going to make two. And you guys, y'all, the pattern is it's such a simple pattern. I thought it was going to be much more difficult, but Natalie made it so easy to follow. Oh, I meant to show you the fade. Wait, what? It's going to be so easy to follow. Oh, look at those colors. Oh, yes, I'm really excited about it. And I was really shocked at how easy the pattern was because it looks so complex. And patterns are my strong suit. It's not that I can't read patterns. It's just that some patterns do not explain things as thoroughly as I need explained, because there's just certain things that you should know at a certain level. But just in case, to make sure that I'm following it correctly, I would like that extra note added in to be extremely thorough, like step by step by step. Now, this pattern definitely does that. She, spelling everything out for you. But she has no problem with you reaching out to her. Oh, I'm going to share this with you too. She has no problem with you reaching out to her if you have any extra questions. Also, this is a new bag. And I'm not very quick to buy project bags. And I'll explain. But this is a new bag that I picked up from Tuesday Morning, and it's by Everything Mary. I'm not sure if you are aware of this brand. I was not aware of it, but I love it. And I love it more than the Namaste bag, which is actually the Namaste bag is my very first project bag ever. I didn't realize at the time how much I would need one, like how much I would be taking more than just yarn with me out of the home to work on projects. So I knew I needed something with lots more space and pockets because I work on sweaters. Long story short, I bought 2 bags from them. I bought the largest bag at the time, the first one that I think I bought, and it was just so bulky and cumbersome. I didn't care for it. And not only that, it didn't, so like this bag will collapse. And I appreciate the feel of it being malleable. Like it moves, you can kind of shape it how you want. And I couldn't do that with that first Namaste bag, which are no longer anymore. But they were made and sold by Jimmy Bean Wool. And I love the company. I've bought several things from them over the years. But this particular bag has the feel that I want, the space that I want. There's a huge pocket in the front. Like, it's basically a smaller version of it's a portable. But it is smaller. It's a smaller and more portable version of my Timoy bag that I keep next to me in my crafting chair, in my little crafting space. But I can pick this up and go. And I always liked hobo bags, the bigger bags anyway. So there's room. These are deep pockets, you guys. There's room for your tablet. There's room for your phone. When you open it on the inside, it has a pocket on each side, front, top, and bottom. It has this huge zipper pocket for whatever. It's very deep, so it can fit 2-3 shawls that you're working on, a big bulky sweater that you're working on. It doesn't have a closure to seal shut, but because it collapses the way that it does, it's not really needed to have a closure. It's just not. For me, it's not. And there are 2, so there's a total of, without the zipper pouch, 4 large pockets. And I mean, they're large enough for 2 cakes to fit neatly. And it's another thing that I, wanted, was it to be fairly organized. But 2 cakes to fit in each one of these 4 pockets. And then there's the zipper pocket. And then it's just really deep at the bottom. Now, it doesn't have a hard bottom. and I didn't want a hard bottom, but it's so much room that I could actually fit a yarn bowl inside. This was perfect for me for on the go. I love it, love it, love it. Now, I'll show you pictures of the Namaste bag that I chose to stay with, and I do love it. And as you can see, it is very similar from my favorite style purse that's made by Coach. And believe me, I didn't spend that much on it. I bought that on Mercari for $20. Yeah, I'm not an accessory type person. I always get the good deals or don't get it at all. Okay, so I really, really, really love the look of it. That's just my plain simple look. That's what I like. But how do I explain? But this bag offers more of the space that I need, and I can work on several projects. So sometimes, especially on a long trip, you get a little bit bored with what you're working on and you want to pick up something else, or you could be making for yourself but also be on deadline for something else. And that bag did not have, although it is a beautiful layout and it does have quite a bit of space, it was just really, in my opinion, enough space for one medium-sized project that contains all the yarn that you need for that medium-sized project. Even loading it to the fill, according to the video that I saw on YouTube, yes you can, and you can close it and everything, but there's really not enough space to put your hands in and feel and grab. It's just really tight. So I still love it and I still use it, but for only one medium-sized project, like maybe a hat or a pair of socks to travel with me, I use these interchangeably still. Love it, but it's no longer in production anyway, so if you found one, it would be a second-hand one if you were interested in a Namaste bag. But it does have that key feature of a yarn threader through it with that cute little lotus design. Love it, love it, love it, with the lotus stitch markers. Just love it. But this met my needs, and I think it was $17. 18. Well, you know, with tax. Couldn't beat it. So I just thought I would share with you. That company does make lots of storage, traveling storage for sewers, knitters, specifically crocheters. This was labeled a knitting bag, and the crochet bags were for, that I noticed at Tuesday Morning. I'm not sure what it is on the website, and that was a steal compared to, I think, what I saw it on the website in comparison. But the crochet bags were just a bit smaller, and it looked like it was for one project. And we know that's not my style. But I thought I would share that with you. They look like they were great for traveling with one medium-sized project. That's what it was. Even that's where I am on that. And then one project that I've had on hooks for a while now is my mother's inspired Aretha Franklin poncho. Aretha Franklin inspired poncho. Is that right? I don't know. But I thought this was going to be a quick workup when I got to the open stitches here. It is not. This is going to take me a while. And I called and let my mom know. I was like, I'm so sorry, but I kind of put it on the back burner to get a few other things done because I thought this was going to be fast, but it's not. But what I have decided, I think it's going to be really nice. I did notice in other videos, and I was able to find one picture that I could see a little bit more detail of the open stitches, was that the open stitches were throughout. So even this section here was more open, and I didn't catch that. It was open throughout, like, you know, I think it was a knit. I don't think it was a crochet. But this is going to flow all the way down to her waistline and be a little longer in the back, and then I'm going to close it off again a little toward the bottom with the same double crochet. But I think she's going to like it. See? I think it's going to be really pretty. And she really just wants that whole sway when she moves. I think she's going to like it. But that's where I am now, and I'm not going to finish this by the 15th like I thought, and I'm glad she didn't mind. She actually said, oh, I forgot about it. And I believe her. I think she really did. But we'll finish this later. And it's so soft, you guys. This is done with 100% cotton by Premier Yarn. Premier makes some great yarn. I love Premier. But before I sign off today, I want to ask you a question. If you have seen, if you follow me on Instagram, you saw that my daughter fell in love with this colorway I recently bought from Willie Nillie Knits. I previously showed you guys this colorway, which is glow in the dark, but this is his Thunderstorm, and it is a DK weight, 274 yards, 100% superwash merino. Mr. We out here. I love Willie. He's just an amazing person and crafter. So this is my question. I bought this for myself, but my daughter was so smitten, so taken away with it. I said I'll go ahead and make her something with it. But even when I purchased it, I still thought, let me change the lighting so you can really get in there and appreciate this colorway. There we go. So when I purchased this colorway, I still felt to some extent that, I don't know, like I was too old for it. I'll be 40 soon, and I just thought, you know, being where I'm from the South, and we tend to be a little bit more conservative, just depending. And although I have my own style, and it is quite a bit eclectic, as I've, you know, heard from other people, I still don't tend to dress in a way where I really just stand out. Like I'm in a room and I just, whatever I have on catches your attention. I don't really like attention like that. Y'all know I'm pretty shy. I'm just now starting to warm up to making these videos. But I love the colorway so much, and I love rainbows. I had to have it. Now my daughter has to have it. But my point is, I don't know if it's the same with you and not wanting to stand out, but I have made a whole cardigan in this color, and it's a rainbow, pastel rainbow, and it came out beautiful. I've had compliments on it from children and adults alike, all ages. And to me, there's just the difference in these two colorways. The vibrancy, of course, of this one, like these colors are popping, and this is a little more subtle. It's like a muted color of this. Now, I'm 37 years old. This is 2021. I'm about to turn, well, I'm almost 37, excuse me. This is my birthday month, so I'll turn 37 this month. But anyways, and I'm just, how do you feel about that? Do you think that certain things, as you get older, you age out of it? Because I know who I am and I know what I like, I always have. But I initially went for this colorway because the black, or really it's just like a really dark indigo, really tones down the color. So you would definitely see the color and the color would stand out, but it more or less becomes a part of you. With this, it's gonna stand and hold on its own. It's gorgeous, and I was still gonna wear it, but I just didn't know how to feel about it. Like, when do you age out of something? Do you ever? Do you see things that way? I mean, I don't know. I don't know. But that was something that I want to ask you guys how you felt about it. I love rainbows. I will always wear rainbow themed colors, but I think how I wear them is going to change over time. Especially as I want to be instantly recognized as a mom, as a wife, and my age. But I don't know. I love this colorway, but I don't know. With my daughter holding it, I saw so much more of it in her than I do of myself now at this point in my life. I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments below. So that's all that I have to share with you guys today. Can't wait to see what you're working on. I'm always lurking on Instagram to see. You guys are so talented. Y'all make such beautiful work. And two, be sure to check out in the description below anything that I've mentioned in this episode. It was so great to chat with you guys and spend some time with you. And thank you for spending time with me. If you have enjoyed this video or any other content on my channel, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe so that you'll get notifications, especially if you ring the bell. You'll get notifications on my upcoming videos so that we have more to chat and share and talk about. So it's good to see you, and I hope that you all stay well. Please take care of yourselves out there. You know the times that we're living in, so I want you to be safe and be happy and be healthy and keep crafting. Bye, y'all.